Hey there, this is Julie, the Garter Girl. I wanted to come on today and make a quick video for you about what to do if you have to postpone or cancel your wedding. Or change the date. I know it's super scary to think, oh my goodness, I've had this date in my mind forever. We've been working towards this goal. And then for various reasons, I know there's a lot going on in the world right now with this coronavirus and the global pandemic and everything. But if you have found yourself in a situation where you have to postpone or change your wedding date unexpectedly, stick with me because I'm going to give you a bunch of tips for what to do should this happen to you. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is to just hang in there. I know it sounds cliche and kind of silly, but really, it will work itself out. I know it's hard to see right now and it's hard to understand, but just trust me, it will work out. It might not be how you thought it would be, but it will definitely work out. The next thing I want to talk to you about is to not go it alone, okay? If you've hired a wedding planner, you need to be leaning on that person right now. Wedding planners and other vendors in the community, they are professionals. This is what they do. They are there to help you. I know so many wedding planners right now that are working nonstop for their clients and trying to make all this happen for them. They are the pros. They know what to do. Do not try to go this alone. If you did not hire a wedding planner, now is the time to probably look into one. Just because you didn't hire one from the start doesn't mean you can't hire one now. And even if you can't hire a full one, like to fully help you, you can get, I know so many wedding planners right now that offer hourly rates. You can hop on the phone with them, a video call, whatever. Just do not try to go this alone because it's a lot of logistical at this point, and you really want to work with a professional who can help you and navigate this whole situation for you. Because let's remember, you still have a life to live. You have, probably working from home and you've got a job to do and things like that. So you really want to just lean on your professionals right now and let them do the work for you. The other thing that, I really want to talk to you about is trying not to cancel. There are so many folks in the wedding industry right now who, this is their job, and canceling on them, it would just be devastating for their business. So do your best if you can to try to postpone. Like I said, it might not be what you thought it was going to be, but and it might not be the same type of celebration that you thought you were going to have, but just do your best if you can to try to postpone or to change the date and not just cancel altogether. I know it can be upsetting and you're just like, fine, I just want to be done with it. But there's a lot of businesses out there that are relying on your business. And so it's just, postponing or canceling is something that we can all do to try to support small businesses and support the industry. The other implication to canceling your wedding that you need to know about is deposits. You've likely signed contracts with your, maybe your venue or with your florist or certainly with your wedding planner, photographer, things like that. And when you cancel, you lose your deposit. And they would be well within their rights to keep your deposit. And you don't want to lose that money. That's a shame, especially when you can just postpone the date or change the date. I know a lot of wedding professionals right now who are being really flexible with their contracts, and they're allowing date changes and things like that to really try to accommodate folks. The other factor is being flexible with your dates. So I know everyone loves a Saturday wedding, but as more and more people are postponing and changing their wedding date, those Saturdays, especially in the fall and next year, they're getting booked up. They were booked up already, and now the few that were remaining are getting taken up. So I would encourage you to look at other wedding dates. There's been this buzz in the wedding industry that Thursday is the new Saturday. So if you can move your date to Thursday or Friday, Sunday night, I think that you're just going to find all kinds of opportunities, and you're going to have days that are open that you wouldn't necessarily have considered in the past, but because of the challenges with everyone trying to reschedule, I think Thursday is going to be the day. And your guests aren't going to mind. They're going to love it. They're going to have something fun to do during the week, and it's going to be like an awesome kickoff to the weekend. And I think your wedding professionals are going to love it too, because they're going to love being busy on all those extra days that they wouldn't normally be busy. So just be flexible with your dates and consider dates other than a Saturday. And then also along the lines of being creative, be creative with all the other things that you have already done. So for me, I make wedding garters, and for all the ones that I've embroidered the wedding date on the inside, and a handful of my couples are sending them back to me, and I'm putting the new wedding date in. And then there's a handful that say, no, we love this date, we're going to celebrate on this day, we have rescheduled. And I'll talk a little bit more about that in a little bit, but just be creative with the things that you've already done. For example, my friend Jamie, she owns Marigold and Gray, and some of her clients have already purchased their welcome gifts for their wedding, and she's sending them out in the mail as like a little gift to the wedding guests. So there's a lot of things that you can do to be creative with things that you've already done. And again, lean on your professionals, right? Like lean on Marigold and Gray, your gifting company, and they can help you and give you suggestions for the best way forward. Ask your wedding planner, I bought this item. Ask your wedding dress shop, I already bought my dress. What does this mean? So really just lean on your professionals right now, and they're going to have the best piece of advice. So there's a lot of fun things that you can do if you decide to keep your wedding day and maybe celebrate in the future. So one thing, and this came from my friend Vicki, who's a wedding planner in Washington, D.C. with Event Accomplished. She said that a handful of her couples are keeping their original wedding date, and they're having a small civil ceremony on their wedding date. They're just going to the courthouse. They just really want to get married, and then they have postponed their wedding to that same day 1 year later. Isn't that awesome? So they're keeping the same day, so they don't have to redo anything. So, for example, for me, if like somebody like me, if you put the wedding date on the inside, they don't have to change their wedding date or anything. So they're having their party on their 1 year anniversary. So I think that was really, really fun option. The other things you can do is, you can still celebrate the original day. Like you can make a cake, and you can, or you can get a cake from a bakery, like a top tier of a wedding cake. I love this idea. It came from my friend Kristen, who's a wedding planner in St. Louis with Kristen Ashley Events. She said that one of her couples, they are really wedded to their date, which is amazing. So they ordered a top tier of their wedding cake, and they're going to celebrate, and they're going to exchange gifts on that day, and they're going to do their vows together, just them, and they're really going to celebrate this day personally. They have rescheduled for a different date to do the bigger celebration, but this date that they had chosen was really personal to them, so they are going to still celebrate and still make that day special. Another thing I wanted to mention was along the lines of being creative and really leaning on your vendors. One thing, if you do have to postpone and change your wedding date, is getting the word out to your guests as soon as possible. And my friend Megan, who's a DJ out of Chicago, Megan Taylor, she said that a handful of her couples are having to postpone their wedding, but they are sending video messages out to their guests and their friends and family saying like, oh, we're so excited, we can't wait to celebrate with you on our new day. And I know if you've already sent your invitations out, or if you've already had them designed, I know there's tons of stationers out there that are doing little graphics that you can either insert into your invitations, or you can even send them out via email or post it on social media if your guests are on social media. But you don't want to have to pay to reprint everything and remail everything out. So ask your stationery designer if they will make a little graphic for you that you can then email out to everybody. And then another thing is to just enjoy the longer engagement, right? There's so many couples that get to like the week before or the couple days before their wedding and say, if I had more time, I would do X. Okay, I wish I had more time. I would have, done all these things. I would have done more research. And, just try to make the best of it. Enjoy this longer engagement. And it's a bummer that you have to get postponed, but along the lines of making the best of it, enjoy the longer engagement. If there's anything that you want to keep researching, if there's anything that you want to try to figure out or to try to make different or better, do that. Enjoy this longer engagement period, because it's fun being engaged, and you can really just kind of have fun with it. So I hope those tips help you. There is so much more out there. There's a blog post, and I'll link it below, that I wrote with tons more advice about what to do. There's amazing resources out there. I know The Knot has written a ton of articles. Another blog post that I love for wedding planning is called Every Last Detail. It's all linked. I'll link it all down below. There are so many resources out there to help you. And like I said, really just lean on your wedding professionals. They are going to be there for you, and they're going to be your best resource. All right. Thank you so much, guys. Again, my name is Julie, the Garter Girl, and you can subscribe below. I do lots of wedding tips, not just wedding garters. I do lots of wedding tips in general, and I hope this helps. Thanks.